Welcome today, Dan. It's good to see you. I'm glad to talk with you. We really want to spend some time today talking about Emerge Solutions. I know that I send out emails all the time telling people they need to check it out and look at everything that's being offered. But can you first start just by introducing yourself? People may not know who you are, even though I do, and then talk about the purpose of Emerge and how you got included in all of this.
Sure. Thank you very much, Lynn. Appreciate it. I'm Dan Jennings, and I'm one of the consultants for AHA Process. I handle the getting ahead while getting out trainings, and I've got to spend 28 years of my career working in public education, 20 years working in corrections, and that's how I came through understanding a lot more about the bridges and the getting ahead and the getting out work. And so as I was lucky enough to finally get to go to one of the national conferences hosted by AHA, it was great to meet up with the team that was working on Emerge Solutions at the time. And that's how I got to hear more about it. I love the idea of having a place, a community where there are people who are in these kind of programs, that are working on these programs, graduates of these programs that continue the learning process ongoing. And so when I found out about that, I was like, I gotta get involved with this. And it's been great to get in with the team that has been trying to carry that whole message of being a professional learning community forward, and really just being a place for people to come and share resources and learn from each other.
Thanks. Yeah. You never know when you come to something with AHA, you get sucked into other things.
That's right. But it's okay because that's the thing. It's like there's a bunch of like-minded people. And so you're with your tribe. So it's great.
It's true. And you mentioned that, yes, AHA used to do a national conference. We are no longer doing that, but not right now. In just a minute or two, we'll talk a little bit about what the future may look like for a conference with Emerge on there. Okay, what I have noticed over the last months is programming continues to increase through Emerge Solutions. I'm curious as to how those decisions have been made, what kind of programming is happening, what can people think that they will get?
Yeah, thank you. Because when we were able to do the conference last year, which was our first time of ever hosting a national conference, and so we're just a group of volunteers and came together and said, yes, so appreciate the help of kind of the transition and helping us launch that. What we wanted to do was have just a gathering of people back again to learn and to put into action a lot of the things that other programs are doing from around the country. And so that conference was fantastic. But for a lot of people, it's a haul. I mean, you've got to take off for time. You've got to buy the trip. You've got to pay for the registration. So what we wanted to do as part of it is, if you came to the conference, you got an Emerge registration membership with that. And if you just got an Emerge membership, but you didn't go to the conference, what we really wanted to do is help those people that couldn't come. And we know that sometimes budgets are tight. We know sometimes, like I said, just can't get away. So the idea for our Emerge-ication webinars, is what we're calling them, because we want you to get educated here in Emerge, is it's basically those breakout sessions that you couldn't make at our national conference. And so our breakout presenters have agreed to come and present again in this setting, but we wanted to make it interactive. So what we do is we have live webinars. We have those set up throughout the year. We just did one with Sham Sushank recently, which was all about your attitude and why it matters and what you can control and what you can't control. And now we're working on a book study with Mary Cassiope. So it's been great to kind of have a two-part book study on that. And now throughout May and June, all the way through September, we'll have another about 5 webinars that we've got lined up already on the calendar for people. If you're an Emerge Solutions member, you get to attend those for free. And if you can't come live, they're recorded, so you can see them later even.
Got it. Another thing I'm always doing is saying to people, the resource pages are so helpful. And those are on there all the time. I think you're recording. If I don't get to go to somebody's live webinar, you're recording those. But resource pages have just held a ton of information.
Yeah, it's been great because we have a lot of members who will always ask, like, hey, how do you have like a certificate of completion?
Right.
Or how do you get a program started? Or how do you get CRA through one of your financial institutions to maybe be a grant for starting a program? And so I mean, it was great sharing those resources, but you share it with one and nobody else knows about it. So what we started to do is collect them all in our resource library. So if somebody shares something that is really good that we feel that this needs to be available forever, so that somebody that comes in later and didn't get to see that question, hadn't even thought about the question, it's there. And so we've been able to grow that resource library, not because, Dan Treasure or Stephen are coming up with these ideas. It's because there's a community of people around the country that have come up with ideas. So we just continue to upload, update, and we encourage people to share so that we can keep those there for you too.
Got it. And I think I want to make sure people understand that the board of directors, is that what you're calling yourselves? You're from all over. It's not like everyone's just around the corner from each other.
No, this is we're working just because AHA and all the programs we have are international. We really would love to have an international person on our board too, but we're from around the country, and we try to ensure our composition is made up of a diverse group of individuals. We have people who have lived experience, who have graduated from Bridges Getting Ahead, Getting Out programming, who are on our board as well. And it's been, and practitioners that are actually running programs. So when people are asking questions, we want to be able to help answer some of those things, not from a theoretical standpoint, but actually from the on the ground kind of aspect of that. And that sure does help.
Yeah. As the board is talking, can you share anything about what you think would be upcoming or events that people can anticipate?
Yeah, we're going to come back again. We're doing that conference one more time, and hopefully we'll continue doing that, because it was great to do it in Toledo. We had a lot of success to do that, and I think that I had said there on stage, it's like having a summer camp where 200 or so of my friends have decided to come together, and we get to know each other and hang out from all around the country, and then get to still stay in touch afterwards. So we want to do this again, and so we'll do this again in 2026. We already have a host city picked, and so we're excited to work with our host city to ensure that we can get people there, we can have good experiences, we can have more dynamic breakouts, and we've been able to listen to a lot of our members who have given us insights as to some of the ideas that they would like to see in some of the breakouts too. And these are things like, how do I access funding that may not be in the form of grants all the time?
Right.
A lot of times people are talking about, in the current climate that we're dealing with around the country, how do we navigate some of those changes, especially with our investigators, and how do we help our investigators deal with a lot of those kind of discomforts that are there, and especially when we're talking in the political aspects. So we've got some wonderful people that have already started to come up with some ideas, and we're starting to slot in some of those ideas with our team already.
Good. Well, as soon as details are available for 2026 conference, I know you'll let us know, and we'll
Absolutely.
push it out there too. Yeah.
Yeah, and our Emerge Solution members always get that first notification, and they also get the discount on the registration as well. So, and if you're not an Emerge Solution member, then when you come to the conference, you get a membership there for the year for free as well. So, stay tuned. We've got great information coming up for you.
Yeah, and benefits. So thank you, because I like going on to the website, the pages, and looking at questions people are posting, learning, and even seeing, communities that are growing that I had no idea.
Yeah, our real hope is that people come in and don't think about this as kind of just a place for somebody else to put a question up or somebody else to put a resource up, but everybody that's in Emerge Solutions is an expert. And a lot of times people don't think of themselves as an expert, but when you have lived experience with doing this stuff, you're an expert. Please share a lot of those things. And that's what we like about it. It's a community, and the community only flourishes when everybody is involved and engaged. And we've tried to even gamify some of it as well. So every time that you come into Emerge, you get 10 points. And every time you log in on a streak for coming in day after day, you get more points. And then you watch a webinar or you stick around through one of the live webinars, you get additional points. And you can reward people but on Emerge Solutions with little badges. So you can say like, you're very welcoming, you're very passionate, those kind of things. We want people to feel, like I said, that they're really part of this community. And in doing that, we'd like to grow some of the other communities that we have in Emerge as well, which would be state specific or program specific type of areas too. So keep an eye on that for about the next year as we start to grow those kind of things as well.
Okay. The good part is I can do it on my phone. So, if I have time at some points to do it, even during the night or evening, if I have time, I'll go on and just see what happened during the day.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good point. We love people that have it on their phone, because if you have it on the web, sometimes you don't get notified when something's happening.
yeah.
But if you have it on your phone, you usually get a little notification that
Yeah.
something new is there. We just released a new webinar, whatever's happening, you see it on your phone. And just like I said, it's 24 hours. I have people that will post a question in the middle of the night. So it's probably you, but thank you. But it's great because if one of us is up, you might just get a response right then too.
Right. Yeah. Which has been very helpful. You've talked so much about the benefits. So, the benefits of a community, the benefits of resources, of learning from one another. It's amazing. And again, the price is so reasonable per subscription. So,
Thank you. Yeah, we tried to make it so that it's easy for anybody to purchase. We do $40 for any practitioner, facilitators, anybody in the community, and $20 for anybody who's an investigator or a graduate. So therefore, we want our investigators and our graduates to be in this site. And so we try to make it as inexpensive as possible. But
yeah.
kind of nice thing too is if you know somebody that's in Emerge, just let us know and we can give you $10 off that subscription as well for the year. So just reach out to us and we can give you a special deal. And if you don't have a friend that you can talk to, if you don't have my contact information somewhere, then you can just go right to our website and you can always purchase one of those memberships at full cost. But I like to give discounts off.
We can do that. And they can also get a hold of me as well. I think I've been given the code, which is nice.
That's what I mean. You just got to know friends, and that's what we want. We want people to share.
Exactly. Well, thank you. It's so great that you are putting in your time. Others across the U.S. are putting in their time, and it's appreciated because I do know that it's a growing community of practice.
Thanks. It's been a wonderful thing to get to know a lot of people, and we're always looking for board members and people to help out on the next conference. So if anybody is excited about giving their input into what they'd like to see, please join and let us know. We're working for you too. So thanks.
Thanks, Dan.
Appreciate it, Lynn. Thank you very much.